What's up, man? It's your boy Danye BC2, and today we got a video on a young lady that got herself into $95,000 worth of debt. Now, she's going to explain how she incurred this debt, and we're going to have to see what's going on. I like reacting to videos like this because it's real life. It's what people really go through, and that's the good thing about today's society. You can learn from people's mistakes. You can go online. You can see millions of people's stories and try not to do that. So let's get into the video. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. And let's go.
Up until 24 hours ago, I did not know that was actually the total of all of my debt, credit cards, and student loans. That number also does not include my auto loan, and if we are adding in my auto loan, the total number is $110,938.83.
So we're going to add in that auto loan because that is debt. So that is $110,000 she has in debt.
Since totaling up all of my debt, I don't think I've actually gotten one good breath of oxygen in the last 24 hours. I feel like there is an elephant sitting on my chest, and I don't think I can sit still because all I keep repeating is $95,487.73.
I feel for her. I feel for her because that is crazy. That is crazy. We need to see things, and this is the thing, and I try to explain this to people, especially people that's around my age, is like, even if you're in a bad spot, it could be worse. It could be worse. Now, I don't know nobody in my life around my age group, because it's around that 26-year-old age, that has this much debt. And so at least anybody watching this video that knows me and that I know of can say I'm doing better than her at the least, which it's not like comparing it, but it's also having a sense of understanding that things could be worse. You could be in a worse spot. So stop complaining and figure out how to get out of that bad spot and maneuver with what you got. But also to understand that it's also normal to be struggling. People show it on TikTok on a daily basis. People show it on these other social media sites on a daily basis. So you're not alone. So that's why I like reacting to videos like this.
All of this debt was racked up through decisions I made between the ages of 18 and 26. My first associate's degree I got from a community college and I didn't have to pay for it because of the Pell Grant, but I decided to go to a university and got my bachelor's degree, which is where I really started to rack up the debt. Then in the last 2 years, I decided to finish a nursing degree at a community college in the last 2 years, but that's where I started to rack up even more debt. What really sucks is realizing that the majority of these student loans is not from tuition. It's actually from living expenses and living way above my means. My debt comprises of 2 credit cards, 5 federal student loans, and 5 private Sallie Mae loans.
All right, so she basically just got herself into like big loan troubles. Like, it doesn't sound like she is like a reckless spender like a lot of people I know out there. But it sounds like most of her stuff is coming from college. She says she does have 2 credit cards, which I would love to know the balance of those and how much she's using on that, because that's a big deal. Those interest rates is insane. But also there's another key thing that she said, and that was for college, it wasn't the tuition that killed her, it was the living. And this is how colleges get you. So I went to off-branch Penn State Harrisburg school. And freshman year, they make freshmen live on campus. And the reason being is they're charging an arm and a leg for room and board and food and all that stuff. Like, off campus, there's a kitchen in the apartment. It's more space and it's less people. Like, I think it's 3 people off campus living in one little apartment space. And then on campus, it's the same. It's 3 people, but there's no kitchen. Rooms are small, like twin size beds, but they're charging over $2,000 to live on campus. So they're making the freshmen there pay over $2,000 a month for an apartment with no kitchen and 3 people living in it. And then they're going to add that to food as well. And they're going to give you campus meal plans, because now you got to pay, let's say, $2,300 on food for the semester. And now it makes you have to spend that money on campus. Listen, on the college point of view of it, it's genius. They're running it up. But looking at it from a student's point of view, yes, they're taking advantage of the parents in most cases and the students. You got to eat. You have to live on campus. So that's how they really get to it.
I can handle the federal student loans, but when I tell you Sallie Mae is bending me over and not in a way I like, it's actually insane. Sallie Mae is genuinely evil and they prey on young students. And the reason why they take advantage of young students is because they know if you're reaching out to a private loan like that, you genuinely need it. Out of the 5 Sallie Mae loans I have, one of the interest rates that is the highest is 16.28%.
16% on a student loan? Dang.
The lowest interest rate I have with Sallie Mae is 9.88%. Now, my federal student loans are between 4 and 6%, which I think is manageable. Although I had parents who would tell me what I should or shouldn't do, I never had anybody really sit me down and fully teach me financial literacy. I never had anybody sit me down and really explain to me the scope of what I was doing and what it would look like in the future when I had to pay for it. In the moment,
that's fair. I know a lot of people want to sit here and be like, oh, you should know better and things of that nature. A lot of kids don't. And I know that's not popular to say. I know it's not popular to try to make not excuses, but it's popular to call people out for bad decisions. And I'm here to say, no, I've seen a lot of situations where many kids don't have financial literacy. Many kids actually don't know the moves that they're making is going to cost them 20 plus years of their life of putting money into a system, paying interest rates that are 18% to Sallie Mae. Like, many kids truly just don't understand that. So this channel is a way for me to try to help people to just understand the basics and understand, think about some of the moves that you're doing and that some of these moves can put you in financial hardships for years and years. Like, we all know those stories of our parents paying student loans till they die. Like, that's 40 plus years of paying into student loans. And it's real. It's true. People really do that. And so, yes, if you want to get the blueprint, if you do want to truly understand what move should I make, if a high school person is watching this video out there, I would tell them, and I would strongly recommend, start to try to figure out exactly what you want to do once you leave college. Because if you're just in college, just living, if you're going to college undecided, that's dumb. Now, I know there's a peer pressure to want to go and live with the friends and try to bring your friend to the same college as you. And like I said, it's hard to tell. It's hard to make real life, real grown person decisions at that young age. But you are going to have to make it, because if you truly want to be successful, you got to weed your way from the pack. You got to start moving not how everybody else is moving. You got to move for yourself. So before you go into college, you have to have an idea what you want to do outside of it and see if it's even worth it. Nursing, I understand that you can make a lot of money off of that. So if you know you want to be a nurse and you want to move up and go into a lot of schooling, that is fine. Go do it. Try to find, though, the cheapest nursing school to go to. Try to do things and maneuver yourself to where you don't got to pay as much and get the same amount of credibility and get the same positions as a lot of other people in a lot of other colleges, and try to make the same amount as those people with putting up less money. You feel me? Maybe college isn't for you. If you were never good in high school, if you didn't like nothing in high school, you didn't like sitting in class, you're not really into, oh, I want to be a lawyer or I want to be an engineer, and you don't really want to do things that's going to require you to go to college, I recommend looking into trade jobs. I recommend looking into maybe some sales jobs. You don't need a degree, but start looking into jobs. Start looking into fields that you don't need college, and skip that process. Skip those loans. Skip having to pay thousands and thousands of dollars for something that you're not even going to use once you get out of it. And I know, like I said, I know I'm going on a rant here but it's serious. It's something that people need to hear. Put yourself first. Stop feeding into peer pressure. I know your parents is telling you just jump into college, but we see an example right here on our screen of a lady that is in $95,000 worth of debt. that has to be paid. There's no way getting around student loans. You can't file bankruptcy for student loans. She's going to have to pay those student loans off.
And all of the student loans just felt like fake money because they just kept coming and I just kept spending. I don't regret any of the experiences I've had between the ages of 18 and 26 or any of the things that I've done, but I do wish that I managed my finances way better than this. I think what's even more sad is a lot of these student loans were going to rent, which my rent was around $1,200 a month, and that's been consistent over the last 2-3 years. Thankfully, I do have a finance bro as a boyfriend, and he is really great at managing money and managing wealth. And so I am working with him to do a snowball effect. If I snowball all of my loans at the current rates that they are without consolidating them, I can pay all of this off by 2032. It's really sad because I'm excited about starting my first nursing job.
2032. Do you hear that? She's going to be paying and doing a snowball effect. So a snowball effect, for the people that don't know, is she's going to be paying off the lowest loan, pay that off, go to the next lowest loan, pay that off, go to the next lowest loan. So now she's eating away at her loans, but also you got to pay the minimum balance on all the other loans that you have. So pay the minimum balance between all your loans and then attack the smallest loan one at a time. But which is, like I said, it's smart. Snowball effect is smart. At the end of the day, you eat at it. But think about that though. She said, what she say? 20, 30, what? Let me go back.
With him to do a snowball effect. If I snowball all of my loans at the current rates that they are without consolidating them, I can pay all of this off by 2032. It's
2032. So that's 7 years of her really attacking her debt. 7 years. That's a long time. And I want to also bring up the fact of her boyfriend too, man. He took a leap. He must really like this woman, because I'm not going to lie to you. If the girl I'm with tells me she's in $100,000 worth of debt, I don't care how fat that butt is. I don't care how good those looks are. Your attributes went down, like super down. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand that if I do end up getting married to this woman, that I'm going to be responsible for that as well. That's going to be something that I got to take on, something that I got to, you know what I mean? I got to work with. This is going to be something that's going to be in my life. So we might have to start asking these ladies out here, and my women too. You got to start asking these men out here, how much debt are you in? Because I'm gonna know how much debt my next, you know what I mean, my next female has. And I encourage y'all as well. And I would like to say this: start getting more serious, start getting more focused. The time you live in now, you got to be more focused as ever, because one, there's more distraction as ever. You hear information from everywhere. So also be key on what you listen to and what you open yourself up to. I know a lot of people out here that try to scam, finesse, tell you to take out loans, do all this stuff to try to build wealth. No, you got to first get some financial literacy. Understand what debt is. Understand what interest is and how much interest you're paying into your life right now. And start making smarter decisions. And like I said, prices are going higher than ever today. It's harder now to buy housing, to buy a house. It's harder now to get loans. Car prices at an all-time high. And if you're not very intentional of how you move and how you maneuver in today's time, you will get lost, you will get broke. And I truly think in the next 15 to 20 years, middle class is going to be unheard of. There's going to be the super rich and the people that did it the right way. And there's going to be people that's going to be broke and going to be broke for a long time because they made bad financial decisions. So if you're watching this video, you need to be one of those ones that are going to be super rich, that's going to be taking advantage of this hard time and blossom in the next 10 to 15 years when your money actually works for you. So thanks for watching this video, man. I hope y'all learned something, and hit that like and subscribe button. But I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.